Remember us. As simple an order as a king can give. Remember why we died. We did not wish tribute, or song, or monuments, or poems of war and valor. Wish was simple. Remember us, he said to me. That was his hope. Should any free soul come across that place. In all the countless centuries yet to be, may all our voices whisper to you from the ageless stones. Go tell the Spartans passerby that here, by Spartan law, we lie. And so my king died, and my brothers died. Barely a year ago. Long I've pondered my king's cryptic talk of victory. Time has proven him wise. For from free Greek to free Greek, the word was spread that bold Leonidas and his 300, so far from home, laid down their lives, not just for Sparta, but for all Greece, and the promise this country holds. Now, here on this rugged patch of earth called Plataea, Xerxes forged face obliteration!
Thank you for joining the Syndicate Network, and welcome to the Zack Snyder Hour with Skywalker the Jedi. Skywalker the Jedi. Skywalker the Jedi.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? It is your boy Skywalker back at y'all with another one. I mean, y'all could be anywhere else in the world right now, but you're hearing me rocking out, and I appreciate that. Welcome to the Zack Snyder Hour, the premier Zack Snyder news show on YouTube. I will keep saying that until the people understand. I think that they know by this point, but you know, there still needs to be the discussion, because we got to cover this stuff, yo. We got to cover it. What's up to everybody in the chat? We got Pag Rec in the chat saying the Insta posts lately have been insanely interesting. We gonna talk about it once again. We're gonna break it down. We're gonna discuss it in exquisite detail. Right, we got DC Talk 82. What's going on, bro? We got Douglas Murphy in the house. We got Bad Dan Stoltz, who was just live. I was checking out his live stream. What's going on with the homie Bad Dan? You know what I mean? We got Mama Bear Doll in the building. Thank you for being here, Mama Bear. I appreciate you. Thank you for pulling up. Right, we got Sin Havoc 5150 in the building. What's going on, Sin Havoc? Much love, bro. We got Michael in the building saying the hour of reckoning fast approaches. Draw your swords and prepare for battle. Prepare for glory. All right. It's about to be crazy, man. It's about to be crazy. I can't wait to have this discussion with you guys. We got Michael Capo in the building. What's going on, Michael Capo? We got Rock Talks in the building. What's going on, Rock Talks? Right? How y'all doing? We got Robert Harrison in the building. He says, what up, Sky? Happy Veterans Day. Hey, shout out to you, dog. You know what I mean? That's why this may be my last stream for a couple days, because I am taking a little bit of a break. You know what I'm saying? Because we got to get charged up. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I am going to be celebrating Veterans Day tomorrow. You know, you already know what's up, right? He said the Peacemaker became Intercontinental Champion, right? Yeah, that's going to be one of the only awards. What's going on, Vegeta? Right? Yeah, we got Josh Herrera in the building. What's going on, Josh? Right? Said Sky. Hey, I have not been in my DMs. Hold up. I'm gonna check in 1 second. Right? See that? No, it's Veterans Day tomorrow. Yeah, it's Veterans Day tomorrow. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm chilling for a little bit. Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and get caught up with all the little rigmarole, and we'll get started with the show. Yeah, I'm gonna check the messages in 1 second. We are on the road to 5K. Make sure you guys are smashing that like button, as well as that share and subscribe, as well as that notification bell, so that you know when I'm going live or dropping a new video. You dig? Man, oh man. It's been a great time, man, being a part of this entire community, being a part of this movement, being a part of this this group, this family. And the fact that I feel like we're getting closer and closer to the finish line. I want to thank you guys for once again rocking out for as long as you guys have been here and all that, man. Shouts out to all you guys that even just, hopping on a train recently. You know what I'm saying? There's a clear path to victory, and we're gonna keep doing what we got to do to make sure that this thing get on across the finish line. You dig? Speaking of which, because we're talking about these hashtags, which is, in my opinion, the last and only way that we will get the conclusion of Zack Snyder's DC arc over on the Netflix platform, or just in theaters in general, right? We only ask 3 rules of engagement, of rocking out. Just, hey, be positive. Do not mix the hashtags, and please do not tag, mention, quote, tweet, or reply to anybody over at WBD, which is including but not limited to one James Gunn. You dig? ZSJL to Netflix on YouTube and X are also platforms that you guys should be subscribed to and following, as all pertinent information will be coming from there, as well as myself and Apex Lux of the New Geeks. You dig? And if you want to sponsor a stream, whenever you guys give super chats, super thanks, gifted memberships, anything of that sort, it is tallied up, and whoever donates the most will have their name scrolling across the bottom of a following stream. You dig? And November 17th, be on the lookout, because it's going to be a big day. We're going to be, once again, November 17th is going to be about showing the most effective way to get this thing done once and for all. And yeah, man, I can't wait to rock out. This should be a lot of fun. There's a lot of stuff coming up that should be very interesting, that I think that you guys are gonna love, right? And I mean, I see. All right, I see what y'all talking about now. Okay. As far as that, all right, but yeah, it should be super dope, and can't wait for November 17th. And let's get caught back up with the chat, and we'll get started with the show. You dig? Yeah. Yep. Nah, tomorrow is gonna be lit. I'm gonna be having a great time. I may record some stuff. I might do a spaces or something. Y'all know, man, I can't get away from this stuff, man. I be trying to, so y'all might get something, right? I ain't even gonna say it ain't gonna be nothing, but y'all might get something. Might do a space or something. But let's go ahead and get started with the show. You dig? Welcome to the Zack Snyder Hour, man, where we cover everything regarding Zack Snyder. And it should be a super dope hour of a show, because that's pretty much what we trying to aim for. You dig? But just so y'all know, man, The Last Photograph has wrapped filming, man. This is super, super dope. I cannot wait to see more from this movie. Zack Snyder confirmed that this thing is wrapped filming on his Instagram. You know that we be over here all over this stuff, man. And this was super dope. Him sharing a look at you know what I'm saying, Batman. One half of Batman, you know what I'm saying? Like, right there in disguise, as the homie Apex Lux put it. Right? Shout out to the New Geeks. Man, shout out to the Cool Table. Right? We in here, man. Look, I can't wait to see more from this movie. Yep, and Zeus. You know what I'm saying? All right. Watch this, right? Let me look up this for you guys. All right. We about to get into this article that kind of covers this too. But I just wanted to show you guys this picture real quick. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't wait to see this movie. But right here we got from Netflix Junkie, The Last Photograph, cast, plot, and everything you need to know. Right? Zack Snyder is a filmmaker renowned for his bold signature style, crafting cinematic worlds on an enormous scale. whether he is depicting the Battle of Thermopylae in 300 or reimagining iconic superheroes in Man of Steel and Zack Snyder's Justice League. His work is profound by grand visual spectacle, stylized slow motion action, and a deep, often dark engagement with mythology and heroism. This consistent work of cinema makes the current buzz around his next project, The Last Photograph, especially intriguing. First of all, shout out to y'all for even engaging with this article the way that they did, man. Like the way that this whole thing was mapped out is super dope. You know, they really paying homage, right? Because a lot of times when you have these articles written, they like to talk about, oh, his stuff is so divisive, which is true, right? I'm not going to sit here and act like, oh my God, everybody's just like in unison about, you know, whatever Zach is doing, because we wouldn't have went through all this silliness for all these years if that hadn't been the case, right? But, you know, it's nice to have him kind of paying homage like that, right? This long-awaited passion project promises a grounded yet deeply psychological narrative journey. It says what makes The Last Photograph by Zack Snyder a must-watch. The story of The Last Photograph centers on a former Drug Enforcement Administration operative who undertakes a perilous mission into the mountains of South America. His urgent goal is to locate his missing niece and nephew after their diplomat parents are brutally murdered. This intense search for family is compounded by the hostile remote wilderness, which tests the limits of his resolve and sanity. Man, oh man, this sounds like this is about to be off the chain. Right? Off the chain. He receives reluctant assistance from a war photographer now struggling with addiction, who is the only witness who might have seen the faces of the killers. As the two men pursue the truth in this isolated location, the blurred line between objective reality and the operative's tormented past begin to crumble, forcing him to confront deeply buried personal demons. Right? The talent involved suggests a powerful and emotionally layered performance lineup, which will add up to the narrative. First of all, I thought that Frafi was going to be the antagonist, right? But it sounds more like they're going to be teaming up, right? Y'all know, I just saw him as Belisarius, and I was like, bruh, hey, why not? Right? It says the cast of The Last Photograph will star Stuart Martin, who previously collaborated with the director on the Rebel Moon space opera in one of the leading roles. Joining him is Frafi, who is known for his work in Hawkeye and Rebel Moon Part 1, A Child of Fire. Marlon Moreno is also listed among the cast, adding significant depth to the ensemble. Zack Snyder's reunion with these actors indicates a commitment to a shared artistic vision for this intense thriller. Very intense. Very, very intense, which I'm sure it's going to be, you know, with Zach doing something where he's obviously going to be scaling a lot back on a lot of the digital effects, right? It's probably going to be relying on that tension. And it's gonna, man. Says apart from the director himself, Zack Snyder, the producing team is composed of Deborah Snyder and Wesley. First of all, shout out to Deb and Wes, right? They are joined by Gianni Nunari. Sorry if I butchered that. Of Hollywood Gang Productions, with additional input from executive producers such as Simon Beltran Ekvari, Kurt Johnstedt and Juan Pablo Solano. Right. While the last photograph has been a project in development for over a decade, with production only recently scheduled to begin, an official release date has not yet been set. Filming is expected to take place in Colombia. Given the director's consistent output, the movie is likely to see its premiere within the next few years, potentially in late 2026 or 2027. Right. So shout out to Netflix Junkie for this coverage, because this was super dope and gave us a great look into this movie. You dig? He said, there's your synopsis, right? They kept asking for one, right? What's going on, Necron? Much love, bro. Right? What's going on, Alan Belt? He said I was enjoying fried chicken. Hey, bro, get your grub on, man. Everybody get your grub on. Everybody get your grub on. What? Right, but Zach had not only shown that picture, right, but also shared this one as well. This one. Last photograph. These pictures are beautiful, yo. All right. He says, so it's under Netflix. Hey, that's what it seems. Netflix Junkie is covering it. We're going to see. Right? Netflix Junkie is covering it. Now, being in the business of talking about Zack Snyder just in general, you know what I mean? But they the ones covering it, so we're gonna see. I would love for this to be on Netflix, yo. I mean, it would low-key make sense. It's an original or because I don't think that this is based on a book, right? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I don't think this is I mean, I see a book called The Last Photograph, but I don't think this is the same one. Or is it? I don't know. Yeah. He said other sites ain't doing it, right? He said but Rebel Moon flopped. Netflix don't want Zach. Man, look, y'all already know what's up, man. The narratives is going narrative, man. Real talk. But obviously, I think that this is super dope. And what's funny is they was doing the same thing during the lead up to Rebel Moon, right? We had gotten some pictures and stuff, and there really wasn't a trailer yet. And everybody was saying, hey, all you guys are just talking about DC stuff and you're not talking about Rebel Moon, right? You guys aren't talking about Rebel Moon. And then Rebel Moon comes out. It's number 1 in the world on Netflix. You know what I mean? It was in like the top 10 for like how long? It went like 3 weeks or something. I don't know. Crazy. Netflix actually said that they was happy with the numbers. But yet you have people out here, hey, y'all not talking about Rebel Moon, right? All y'all talking about is DC stuff. And it's going to be the same thing with this, because wherever this drop, right, it's going to do numbers. And it's going to be the same thing. We're going to be covering this trailers, all the pictures that's dropping, right? The synopsis being released, any type of promotion, we're gonna make sure that we try to pull up if we have the opportunity to. Crazy. That's what we do over here. I don't know what these other people be doing, bro. Like, it's so funny, right? Anyway, this is all super dope stuff. Can't wait for more. Fiending for that trailer so I can get like a real feel for the movie, right? Anyway, back to the other stuff, man. Because look, that wasn't it, man. Because also, Zach shared this, right? So one of the things that we've been discussing over here this entire time is that we've been having this conversation about this Netflix angle is that we've always felt that, you know, if it did indeed go to Netflix, it was always going to end up being in theaters. It was always going to end up getting a theatrical release, right? We've known over here, and it's been publicly known now that they're getting much more intertwined with theaters, right? As they've signed a deal, you know, that is, wait, do I even still have that up here? Where did I get rid of that one? Dang it. I think I got rid of that one. Yeah, I actually had a picture of all their plans, but right, Frankenstein was just in theaters. What's funny is you had people complaining about Netflix not wanting to, you know, have things in theaters while they are talking about and having conversations about Frankenstein and what they thought about it when they watched the shit in theaters. Like, it's so weird. And it's on Netflix right now. That movie is on Netflix right now. Right? So it's been weird to have these conversations, right? But, you know, I've always been saying, hey, if you look at Zack Snyder's Justice League 1 that, you know, we all have, that I own, is, and it's in my living room multiple times on 4K. You know, I'm like, hey, if the first movie was shot in that aspect ratio, right, how do you shoot a sequel for the movie and not have it in that same aspect ratio, right? I mean, it's just always kind of been obvious to me, and I've always told you guys that. I'm like, hey, it makes no sense, in my opinion, to have the first movie be shot in that aspect ratio, and then you turn around and all the rest of the movies are not like that. Like, if you want that cohesiveness, you would want at least like all three to be shot in that aspect ratio, would you not? I mean, is everybody tracking? Does this make sense so far? Right? These are like really basic questions, right? If the first movie is shot in an IMAX aspect ratio, does it make sense to do the sequels and they not be shot like that? Right? Okay. Question. If they would have shot Infinity War in IMAX ratio, right, with being not in game, would that have made sense? If they would have shot Avatar the first one, right, in IMAX for format, and they don't shoot the sequels, would that make sense? Like, we're tracking, right? Like, typically speaking, when you have one film that sets the standard, the ones that are sequels follow the same standard. So this has never been like a thing where I've been questioning whether or not we were gonna have these things theatrical or shot in the same aspect. Because look, if you're gonna shoot it in the same aspect ratio, doesn't it make sense to put it out in theaters? Right? So I mean, these are basic, really basic things. Like, we can walk through it, right? How it just makes sense on its face to release the sequels theatrically, right? I know this seems super complicated to some people. I know, right? But hey, so with all of this question about, hey, because look, we're way past. Is it likely that Netflix is probably going to buy WBD? Like, we're way past that part of the conversation, right? Right now we're at, hey, is this going to be theatrical, right? Like, are we going to, and to just really answer this question, I think that the fact that what Zack Snyder just posted really speaks to what we've been saying this entire time, which is that, hey, we're going to get these things shot. Right? They're saying, nope, that wouldn't make sense. Thank you, right? Wouldn't make sense. ZSJL 2 and 3 have to be IMAX. Yeah, he says, not at all, right? They gonna learn. He says, yeah, I see what you're saying. They should commit to the cinematography and aspect ratio, as it's the quality expectation that's so high in demand that we're paying to see. Exactly. This is super basic stuff, right? Like, this is super basic stuff. Super basic. You can draw a logical line. Like, hey, if the first one was shot in this aspect ratio, it's probably going to be smart to do the rest of them like that. And if you're going to do the rest of them like that, why not put it out in theaters and make some money? Right? Look, think about this. Warner Media used Zack Snyder's Justice League to launch their streaming service. You don't think it would behoove Netflix to use Zack Snyder's Justice League 2 to like cement themselves in theaters? Are you crazy? It's the perfect alley-oop. Built-in fan base. What are you talking about? It already did numbers, as you saw, because you got the behind the scenes on what you know what I mean? You got the behind the scenes on what the numbers look like. Y'all done already got the peek behind the curtain. Right? He said they ain't gonna buy Warner Brothers and not do theatrical. Thank you, Douglas. These people are fear-mongering. Right? Hey, man. Hey, these announcements is coming, Sin Havoc. Just, we gonna see. Right? Hey, he said that they ain't copyrighting certain bruh. Hey, we gonna see why all these things are happening. Right? Oh yeah, I'll check Mama Bear. Yeah, I had not been on my DMs, like, for sure. I've been super busy, and I got this. I got this trip coming up, and I'm trying to get ready. You know what I mean? Big boss. A weapon to surpass Metal Gear. Right? What's going on? Shout out to the good Austin. He said, nah, but Saudi Arabia gonna come save him. While half of the ops were pissed about Brawler's funding. We gotta farm these fools for content. They make it too easy. Bro, that's what's so funny, bro. They literally was complaining about Brawler. They was like, oh yeah, he had to go over there because nobody in Hollywood wanted to work with him. And then all of a sudden, it's rumored Saudi Arabia about to try to purchase WBD. And then he's like, oh my God, well, I'd rather them, huh? Anybody but Netflix, huh? Anybody but to have to live with the fact that y'all was on the wrong side of history. We gonna see. I'm just saying, we're gonna see. And whatever happens, you know, we gonna see, man. But look, I ain't just talking about it. Why is Zack posting pictures from when he was on BVS shooting with an IMAX camera? Huh? Why is this? Why? Huh? Somebody look at this. I'm telling y'all. I'm telling y'all, yo. I'm telling y'all. I think a return to IMAX is happening. I think a return to IMAX is happening. Right? Syndicate Network. Right? Yeah. Justice League IMAX. Yeah, bro. He said, what's his face post with those Green Lantern oh man, crazy, bro. Crazy, bro. I ain't even know what she was talking about. Just, hey, man, look, we gonna see, man. He said Zack with his subtle hints. What is he talking about? Oh no, it's about to get even more wicked in 1 second, right? But what is he talking about? Huh? He said, I tried enhancing that poster in the background and doing a reverse image search. Can't find anything online resembling it. Which one? That Batman poster? Right? Said it's special IMAX posters in the background. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, I'm telling y'all. But we about to get to it though, because look, this wasn't even all Zack was on. This ain't even all Zack was on. Right? This ain't even all that he was on. He was also on this. You know what I mean? Which is why we are here, man. Because once again, man, look. I think that this journey, man, like it's been wild. And at several points, you know, there's been times where it's been so clear that we've been on the right path, right? And it's been you know what? I ain't even gonna go there yet. I'm gonna just go ahead and share this. You dig? Because Zach post this. Okay. Now I need you guys to understand something, right? I didn't want to pull this up on the Instagram because it's not gonna pull up the top part. So I need you guys to look at the song, all right, and realize what that says. Okay. Now, if there's anybody that thinks that this is an accident or, you know, hey, Sky's just making this up, right? Sky's looking too far into this, right? First of all, if you call yourself part of this fan base, you already know that you should be ashamed of yourself because we always look into stuff over here. This is what we do. This is what we are known for. This is in our DNA, bro. This man said, only I will remain. Dog. First of all, let me read this. Because he said, I feel like, and then you got to read the caption. The caption says, I feel like the number of fucks I'm giving in this photo is very close to zero. Also, this RE235 is awesome. Big thanks to RA for supplying this amazing camera. Yo, he's like, bro, I'm over it. I'm over all this talk. I'm over the speculation, right? I am he who remains. Zack said, I am he who remains, bro. He said, I paved the way. Yo, what is we talking about? What are we talking about? We're going to see, here's the thing, right? We're going to pretend like we don't know what this means. Everybody act like they don't know. Bro, I'm so sick of this, man. That is right, Sinead. Yeah, you should be thanking me, bro. I paved the road, bro. Zack said, I am he who remains. You couldn't live with your own failure. And what did that bring you? Right back to me. Only I will remain, dog. Everybody want to act like they be acting so confused. Oh my God, Zack retweeted the hashtags. What does it mean? What does it mean? What does this mean? Are we going to pretend like we don't know what only I will remain means? Is that what we doing right now? Just because Sky said it? Just because the Syndicate Network was on it? Just because they predicted it? We don't know. We don't understand what this means? Oh my God, man. I go back. Oh God, the Zack Snyderverse and Netflix guys have become even more powerful. Shout out, man. What is we doing? Only I will remain. I dare one of y'all to act like you don't know what this means, bruh. Oh my God. Only I will, bruh. I saw this. I was like, oh, he talking. He said, I don't care no more. He said, it's too much speculation. Y'all acting like y'all don't know what I mean. He said, so I'm going to tell you, bro, only I will remain. At the end of the day gonna end. Hey, and you gonna have to live. I keep telling y'all, they gonna have to live, bro, with the decisions that they made. Because the chickens are coming home to roost. Only I will remain. Back then, you said you didn't even realize about the song. Has nobody else covered this? Has nobody else brought this up? Right? He said, you bet we become more powerful. My best son, I hope you frame that tweet. That shit might go on a t-shirt. Oh, God. Yo, that shit might go on a t-shirt. Oh, my God. Right? Let them know, Nart, you couldn't live with your own failure. I just said that a second ago. And what did that bring you? Right back to me. Right? For sure. He said, no, only you. Bruh, ain't nobody else covered this? It's crazy, yo. It's crazy. He said that man been too humble and too quiet for too long. Right? Said in threat, bro. He said only I will remain. He said it's been denial and desperate radio silence. I got y'all. He said I did cover the caption though. Hey, no, I got y'all. All right, cool. Y'all. I'm just saying, man. Bruh, but I'm talking about from people that be over here trying to tell us what the hell we doing, bro. And like how we ain't doing what we supposed to be doing. You know, I don't know. I don't know. I have, man, insane. But it didn't even stop here. Right? Because it also got a screenshot of Zach liking this post talking about 3 years ago, Henry Cavill announced that he's returning. Bruh, what is we talking about? Huh? Only I will remain. Henry Cavill is coming back as bro. What are we talking about? Oh my god, bro. This is so insane. This is so insane. Y'all know it. See, that's the problem. They understand. They understand that this shit's coming back. It's happening. And so right now they're in denial and like trying to do whatever they can to try to deflect, to try to sow discord, right? And chaos, trying to change history, right? Doing all of these things. But at the end of the day, hey, it was the ones y'all feared, bro. We was right all along. Crazy. Yeah, crazy, scary, spooky, hilarious, crazy, scary. Hey, crazy, scary, spooky. Anyway, y'all let me know what's up, though. I mean, am I putting too much on it? Right? Am I putting too much on it? Y'all make sure y'all smash that like button, yo. We are gonna start closing down in a little bit. I just wanted to come out here and cover this stuff real quick, right? Because y'all know we covering all the news. You know what I mean? Cavill's back. He over there liking that. Only I will remain. I don't get no fucks no more. Right? I mean, just think about that. The I don't give a fuck paired with only I will remain. Think about that. I mean, what are we doing? He said, join us in the sun. Hey, or not. They don't have to. Yo. He said, yo, can you check when he first posted in IG till today's BVS? How many DC posts he's done? All right, let's check. And you know what? Yep. While I do that as well, shout out to Kevin Conroy. And yeah, we'll do a moment of silence in 1 second. Just let me count these. Let me see. First started posting. All right. You got Watchmen 1. We saw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11. Right. But I did want to do that, and thank you for bringing that up, Bad Dan. Yes, we did lose Kevin Conroy as hold on. Put this in here. Let's talk about this for a second, because one thing about Kevin Conroy and that whole thing is it don't matter how people feel about Batman, usually the one person that we can always agree on that everybody loves is Kevin Conroy, right? And he was definitely so much of a huge part of my childhood, man, and just everything, from Batman the animated series. Like I always say, that show, I think it's in like the record books for one of the ones with the most spin-off shows, technically speaking, because there's been so many shows that have spun out of that, and it's definitely held its place as one of the greatest animated shows of all time. It was also just groundbreaking in terms of being like damn near like a prime time level show at its peak, right? And so the 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 contributions that Kevin Conroy has made to the Batman character, to DC overall, and just everything, from playing Batman and just all kind of other characters too, because he's got, he was just an incredible voice actor, and an incredible actor. Getting to see him play Batman in the CW was super dope. Kingdom Come type Batman, right? And yeah, to have lost him 3 years ago to the day is definitely something that we want to take the time out and kind of highlight and have a moment of silence. So rest in peace to Kevin Conroy once again, and we're gonna have this moment of silence. All right. And thank you, Bat Dan, for reminding me of that, man, because that's definitely something that we wanted to highlight. And even he was saying, shout out to Tara Strong, because she reminded everybody, I guess, right? Including Bat Dan or a bunch of people. So yeah, we're definitely about to start getting out of here. But I just want to say, he said Creature Commandos is peak DC animation. All right, let them know, man. All that necrophilia and all that stuff, right? I mean, I'm sure it's great content for kids. Says Alan Belk says, people always say that Kevin Conroy is the voice they hear when they read Batman in the comics. I say, if you don't imagine Kevin Conroy's voice when you read Batman comics, you're doing it wrong. Hey, I can agree. I've always kind of had it, be in that voice, bro. Because he's Batman, bro. He's the one person that nobody ever argues if they say that, that's the greatest Batman. Right? Everything from the shows to the video games, bro, like super dope. And once again, because I was even talking to the homie Apex Lux, and he was saying how, hey, he loved him in that Suicide Squad game, and he said that it got way more hate than it should have. I tried to tell y'all that game was dope, but whatever, man. Anyway, look, I'm about to get on up out of here. Y'all may or may not be getting some more stuff from me soon this week, but we'll see, because I'm going on a little bit of a break, and then we'll be back geared up and ready to go for trending day. So yeah, we shall see what's up, man. I want to thank everybody for locking in and rocking out with Zack Snyder Cell Movement. Thank all you guys that donated to our walk and campaign for AFSP that we completed on the 8th. That was super dope. We raised about $350 exactly. So shouts out to all of you guys, man. And we're just here trying to be he said, did you ever go over how that walk was in the beginning? Well, I got some videos, but I think I want to kind of send them to you, but we'll see. Right. But I had a great time. It was super dope. And I didn't talk about it on the tenant stream. I thought I did yesterday. Could have swore I did, but I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, he said, give us a quick vibe recap. Yo, that whole thing was super dope, man. Shouts out to AFSP. They put on a wonderful event, man. It was really special to be a part of that thing. It was a huge turnout. We got a lot of love from the people in Pasadena. It was super special. I was able to, I be rocking them wristbands. I was able to get like a bunch of colors, you know what I'm saying? So that made me happy, right? Because I like repping the wristbands, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I was on a mission hunting, and I'm getting my little t-shirt and stuff because we raised over $150. So yeah, it was super dope. I loved it, man. I'm gonna be doing more of those. Definitely. Energy was dope. Vibe was amazing. Was getting a lot of love from the city in general, and just had a great time. Y'all know I finished near the front because I'm like a soldier, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. Says, before you go, can you review that song? Could be something interesting in the song itself. I cannot play that song on stream. Nope. Said, and not everyone watched the Tenet watch along all the way through. And not me, but people, right? Yeah. Hey, man, Tenet, bro. He said, only the strong survive for sure. Says, got that rewards tier. Keep checking your email for the reward stuff. And sometimes it goes to spam. Yeah. Hey, yeah. Definitely more walks. He said, you're not like us. Hey, I'm just saying, they be thinking I be capping. You know what I mean? They be like, hey, this guy is not who he says he is. He doesn't do the things he says he does, right? He doesn't really, I'll be like, bro, hey, it is what it is. I just wasn't trying to pass the people that was in the front because, they were the ones that were supposed to be in the front because their group had raised the most money. So they was in the front carrying the guide on and the banner and stuff. It was super dope, and so I was right behind them. I was like, I'm going to be the first batch of people crossing behind the people in the front. You know what I'm saying? So, oh yeah, it was dope. And this dude fell. I almost was going to record it, but I was like, nah, I ain't going to do that. But it was hilarious because he fell in slow motion. I was like, bro, come on, man. You got to get up. But he was fine. He was laughing about it. That's why it was funny. So I was like, bro, come on, man. And it was right at the beginning too. I was like, bro, why you like, bro, come on. He just straight up tripped over his. He was like, man, I just tripped over my foot. I was like, bro, I saw the whole thing. Buddy. Anyway, We about to get on out of here because y'all got me laughing. I will. Well, wait. He says, can you speak to our attitudes? People telling us what would Snyder do, how he would feel, basically when we become boastful. And then he drops that caption and pick. How's that comparison sitting out? Right? That's true, bro. Bro, they be trying to say, because this kind of bothers me, bro. They be like, oh my God, you know. And that's the thing. I almost feel like people don't. Never mind. Because I got a stream coming up on that. I ain't even going to go too deep. I be like, bro, I just don't know. I be like, I don't know if y'all just don't be listening. If like I don't be speaking English, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I be like, maybe I'm doing a bad job of communicating. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really be thinking that. I'm like, maybe I can break it down simpler, and it's like, I don't know, right? Like, it's like, where am I coming up short? You know what I mean? I gotta figure this out because it seems like they still don't understand, right? Like it just feels like they still don't understand.
So we didn't learn. We didn't learn from last time. We didn't. So we didn't learn. Comprehension. We didn't learn.
Right? Crazy. They be like, yeah, man, y'all too braggadocious. You know what I'm saying? And then he said, bro, the amount of fucks I'm giving in this photo is close to zero. And then say, motherfucker, only I will remain, bro. Right? Crazy, bro. Crazy. Anyway, man. Look, I'm about to get on out of here, dog. You know what I'm saying? Hey, y'all start gearing up, getting ready for November 17th. You dig? I will be tapping back in before that, but yeah, these next couple of days, you know what I'm saying? It's about to be a nice little scene, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm gonna get at y'all soon. Y'all have a good one. Peace.